Oh, yeah, I was.
Well, that's all.
I can look it up. I can get you whatever you want. I'm not saying you'll legal, no.
That was just discovered. I like the original I don't, that's like I caught him last time that they had that other carrier. I'd have to go up there and look. Yeah, they're not gonna notice, you know that. I'd have to catch them. It's like, remember when I caught him with the ET guy up there? I said, why they put another second, third, found out it was cheap. There's nothing on the 10-4. Yeah, that was just, you guys look at it.
No, Tom retired in 20 years.
How old are you?
55.
No, I'll be dead before you live.
I'll retire when I'm dead.
I'll take a vacation day.
Good, I'll stand up.
T-minus 2 minutes for the counting.
You got
Yeah,
Larry kind of.
yeah, yeah, good call.
Actually, my wife.
John, how are you? Okay, I'll call the meeting in order, clerk will read the roll.
Mayor Hollenbeck,
Here.
Commissioner Kaminsky,
Here.
Small, here, Shive,
Here?
Buckingham.
Here.
All rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
approval of the minutes.
Moved by Commissioner Kaminsky that the minutes from the council meeting held January 7th, 2026 be approved and placed on file.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Clerk will read the roll.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Shive,
No.
Buckingham,
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Anyone wishing to appear before council?
I have some small documents I can pass out to you guys, if possible.
Sure. Is this in reference to
To the road.
the road?
Yeah.
I did find out that that's not a city street, so we have no jurisdiction on it, so if you're more than welcome to pass them out. I'm not sure what we can do to help you though.
Okay, well, take a look at this.
This is in regards to Lyons Avenue, goes back to where Houseman's Oil Company was. Snow Dance bought the property and John Blacktop did, and he's not happy that they're running big trucks over it. They got access.
Oh, he's just complaining.
It's not a city street, so I don't know what we can do to help you.
Sir, if you're going to speak,
Yeah.
you
He's
need
called.
to
Speak up
step
here.
up to the podium, okay?
Go,
Okay.
podium. Should I come up now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, you should.
I think so.
It's my first time I've been.
I'll share with this one. Back up with you.
My main concern is that, which is no big deal, but
I know you, but please state your name, because I
Oh,
don't
oh,
know
I'm
what the
sorry.
clerk does.
my name is John Barata. I live at 444 Commercial Street in Marseilles. Right on the corner of Lyons and 4. Should I state my concerns?
Yes.
Okay. My concern is not so much, it's just a public nuisance because he's creating, track out from his property behind me. And the Lyons Avenue and my house, it's like a direct, the street is actually part of my driveway, cause it's my only way access in and out. There's no other way. And with the track out and all the mud that he's just, and the dust and the creation, he's operating a 24-hour towing, he's driving this heavy equipment, and I know that Lyons Avenue, I don't know who's in charge of it, but there should be some weight restrictions on that road. Not to include he's driving like super industrial equipment. I personally funded to pave the road because I wanted a nice entranceway because it was all mud before. And he's just destroying it. He doesn't care. I mean, I've had conversations with him and he said it's not his problem. He said it's a city road. He keeps on emphasizing it's a city road, even when I paved it, and he's just continuously his drivers are flying through there. Almost hit my dog the other day. And when it snows, he doesn't even clear the road. He just drives over and just creates a big ice sheet. He's using it as his commercial business for this road that's directly in front of my house. And he's claiming he has easement rights, but I don't think that's true because I looked into it. And the Huskin family that used to live there and own that property, it was debunked for over 30 years. So any easement rights would have been extinct by then. So he's just trying to create another industrial, and his property is rated at Class M, which is for, like, it's not rated for that heavy machinery, especially coming down in and out of that road that I personally paved, and he's just destroying. He has no regard whatsoever. He's just treating it like a junkyard road, and I have to live there. I have to live with it, and, the dust and everything. So I'm just asking him to do his part and maintain and, be respectful, I mean, I know that the road's probably gonna get damaged at some point, because I don't even know if his trucks are rated to be going, he's creating a junkyard back there behind, and there's other properties that are all lined up there. It's just not a good place for it.
So you're on that road directly across from the Lions Club?
Yes.
House control property, right?
Right, that's what I said, yeah.
But like I said, he's, when I moved there, he's been gone forever, and now this guy moves in, I paved the road and everything, it was a bad road. It was, it created ice ruts and everything, and I don't think I should be in trouble for that. I mean, I'm actually trying to improve, for the neighbors and me and everyone.
You got the right guy here, Mike Scheib, he could take care of it. So,
Okay.
I mean, I would probably coordinate with him to
Okay.
figure out what the jurisdiction with the city engineer and then move forward from there.
Yeah, I would
Thank
just
you.
like someone to
Okay, you got 3 minutes, all right.
Okay.
Thank you,
Yeah, I
John.
Very
understand.
much for your time.
No, I understand.
I'm gonna give this copy to the city attorney
Engineer.
so she can review it, and I'll make
Thank you.
a copy from Bobby, but she can do some, checking to see, I'm assuming that's probably still,
It's just a short brief, but I didn't wanna make it too
I'm sure it's
complicated.
probably still, his own business, with Houston's own business out of there. And I did check, last time you talked to me about it, I did check with Brian Trainer, he said that it's not a city street, so we'll have to do some research on the deed to see if everybody has access or egress or how it was set up.
Yeah,
That's above my pay grade.
from what I was told at LaSalle County, that the city of Marseilles is in fact in charge of that road.
Well, we're not in charge of part of the driveways.
Well,
I
it's a
think
road.
it was just given the name as a courtesy for the Lions
Well,
Club.
and if it's a private driveway, he has no means to be destroying it.
Okay,
Christina, can I'll email you, follow up to these concerns if that's appropriate, thank you.
anybody else?
Yeah.
Hey, Pete, haven't seen you all year.
Peter Hall from Here and Again Incorporated out of Ottawa, Illinois. Nonprofit 501c organization to improve the arts in LaSalle County, Illinois, and the Illinois River Valley. Today, I took a petition in for all the Friday nights this summer, from the end of May all the way till the end of August, 11 dates. We got approval for advertising our concerts in Knutson Park from LaSalle County Board for advertising. And if you watch the news, today I watched the New York news. They're advertising the Eagle Watch weekend in LaSalle County. If you watch Chicago, they're advertising the Eagle Watch weekend. Last year, LaSalle County posted in the billboard in Joliet the concerts on Friday nights. This year, we're going to post it from the Iowa border to the Indiana border of Interstate 88, Interstate 80, 39 in the concerts in Marseilles. But I'm here to thank Marseilles. I lived in Marseilles for 73 years. I live in Southern Illinois now. Marseilles will always be dear to my heart. And thank you.
Thank you, Pete. Anyone else? Karen?
By the way, we're having acts from all over the country playing here.
Karen Stillwell. Good evening, council. While I struggled with whether or not I should address this issue with the city council at all, I felt it was my duty, not only as a member of the planning commission, but also as a resident of the city of Marseilles, to inform those of you on the city council and our residents who don't attend the Planning Commission meetings of certain statements that were made during public comment and as a part of our hearings. At a recent Planning Commission meeting, Commissioner Scheib addressed the Planning Commission and made comments suggesting that Marseilles residents were low income and uneducated, and that if they were not so, the development opportunities afforded to the city would not have been brought to us. These statements were made while reminding the Planning Commission and the public in attendance that he was originally from a northern suburb where he indicated such an opportunity would not have been afforded, which, based upon the content, would suggest that he views his prior home as being better educated and of higher income. Such statements, particularly from someone who claimed to be speaking as a resident, but took the time to remind us of his role as a commissioner, is an egregious violation of the spirit and principle of public service. Many of these supposedly low-income and uneducated people voted to elect this man. And I question, had they been aware of his perception of our residents, would they still vote the same today? The use of such language and characterization of our city and of its residents in this manner is not only offensive, but demonstrates a profound disregard for the dignity and worth of the people he was elected to represent. While I cannot speak for my fellow commissioners, in my time serving this city and all of the hours spent during meetings with them, I strongly suspect that I'm not the only commissioner that was truly and deeply offended by these comments. Each of us attends these meetings as volunteers. We only hope that the decisions we make are for the good of our wonderful small town. Public office is a position of trust, and the remarks that were made have shattered that trust. Comments like those that were made serve not only to perpetuate harmful stereotypes and foster division, but also provide myself and the rest of our residents with a window into the mindset of an elected commissioner that is blatantly incapable with the responsibilities of leadership and duty of service and public trust he claims to uphold. This is not a matter of poor judgment. This is an elected official saying the quiet part of your thoughts out loud, for lack of a better phrase.
Good, Karen, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, we'll move on to the regular business. Commissioner Kaminsky, number one.
Moved by Commissioner Kaminsky that the accounts payable for the first half of January in the amount of $139,353.62 be approved and warrant be drawn on the city treasury for the several months.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Let me just run through the running total. Advanced information, mapping service, GIS mapping, $6,100. Artisan oil, gas and oil, $5,998.98. Midwest testing services for testing concrete, $16,100. Catlin Law Firm, $6,531.01. Eschite and Degler, $11,028. Marseilles Public Library, reimbursement of their tax distribution, $8,808.43. Marco Technologies for copiers, printers, for both police department and city hall, $8,051.32. Burmar Security Services, that's the cameras and the access control for both city hall and police department. The yearly service agreement is $14,717.28. Torselli Lobbying and Consulting, $4,000.
Any other discussion? Clerk will read the roll.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Scheib.
No.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Number two.
Moved by Commissioner Kaminsky that the payroll for the first half of January in the amount of $91,864.43 be approved and a warrant be drawn on the city treasury for the several months.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
No, Mayor.
Clerk will read the roll.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Scheib.
Abstain.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Anything else, Commissioner Kaminsky?
No, Mayor, at this time, thank you.
Commissioner Small.
Yes, just a few things. One, please just make sure you're mindful of locking your vehicles. It does serve as a deterrent for anybody that might be looking to break into them. And if you see any suspicious activities, please reach out to the police department and report it. To follow up with the concerns from the residents at Bel Air, Officer Kirsch has been diligently working with management up in Bel Air. I know they've gone through a few management changes, so it's kind of hard once you make some sort of progress with one and then there's another one that comes in. But he's been working hand in hand with them to try to get those issues cleared up for those residents in Bel Air. And last but not least, I just kind of wanted to address something as far as social media goes. I know a lot of misinformation is spread on social media, so I just wanted to use this opportunity to, offer some clarity on that misinformation regarding the hiring of police officers in the state of Illinois. So the hiring of a sworn police officer in Illinois is a very highly regulated and law-governed process. There's a lot of oversight by multiple federal and state agencies. Every candidate who is interested in becoming a police officer undergoes very extensive background checks, investigations, including being fingerprinted and having national database searches done on them as well. They must meet those certification standards that are established by OLETSB. Then they go through checks with the Illinois State Police and the FBI. So each one of these agencies must review, clear, and then approve that those checks have come in clear without anything that would totally negate them from the ability of moving forward with that process. Then that approval is given to the director of OLETSB, and they sign off authorizing the police departments to hire that candidate in their departments. If there's anything pending, whether it be a pending conviction and or any conviction of any sort or a felony charge, they would be automatically disqualified from being hired by a police department. So I just wanted to clear that misinformation up and urge anybody that might have any questions about those processes and procedures to either reach out to myself and I will explain them to the best of my ability, and or reach out to our police department, and any of our administrative staff on our police department would be glad to clear that information up for people. But I just wanted to let people know that any claims that are being made on social media are not fact-based and, they are incorrect. So I hope that kind of helps people learn the process a little more.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Melissa. Commissioner Schott.
I would like to thank the entire Planning Commission, as well as Ms. Stillwell, for words tonight. The point that I was making on Wednesday is that the amount of money for which the city is to be compensated due to the environmental impact, being $10 million with a certain level of reduction in the last 2 years for the rebates, but guaranteeing $1 million each. I believe that other communities could have gotten a better deal. I want to be clear that I love Marseilles and I'm proud to be here. Lived here since February of 2008. I see neighbors caring for neighbors. I see a level of politeness that is extraordinary. I'm not going to tell you whether or not I lock my doors, but I guarantee you in Evanston I did so. I find the quality of people here, frankly, superior to the quality of people on the North Shore that I left. Having said that, when an area is wealthier and better educated, it tends not to get what are called NIMBY projects. Or if they are, they would have done better by them. I give you as an example the 6-1 vote last night in Naperville against the data center. I'm going to be discussing more when it comes time for the vote, the various permitted uses. But we have things like bulk storage of chemical and petroleum products and explosive hazards. You know, we had that incident with Karis Chemical in 2023 where there was a shelter in place until 3 p.m. in parts of town. I don't think it unreasonable to say that that is a deleterious possibility, not that these places can't exist, but by foregoing our zoning rights in the future, by creating the Emerging Technologies District, we kind of take that ability away from us to use zoning as a method to attend to potential developments that we may have some real concerns with. I don't fault Constellation per se. I think you got a really good deal. I think we could have gotten a better one. And that is the point I was making. There is deleterious impacts on environmental concerns, recreational boaters, water tables. These are concerns that are real. Affordability, rents are going to go up, traffic's going to snarl, infrastructure concerns are going to be there. It is certainly not meant to speak ill whatsoever of the Illinois Valley, which I'm madly in love with. Raised my 3 kids here. I intend to stay. Some of you may not be happy about that, but frankly, the reality is that this is a great place. But I think that the city suffers from an inferiority complex, and I think we should think more of ourselves. And I think we could have held out for a better deal, and I don't apologize for that. You know, I think, you have Morris the battery fire in 2021. You know, putting high-risk objects on the Illinois River can carry potential consequences. It's not that these things can't happen. It's that we could and should have either been remunerated better for them or have had more than one public hearing at 4 p.m. on a Wednesday when most people were at work. Now, having said all of that, but again, thank you for that comment. I think that we as elected officials should take criticism and welcome it. I think that's the beauty of the First Amendment. I don't think that it's proper for us to engage in frivolous and retaliatory litigation when we hear something we don't like. As an elected official, we signed up for this job, and I welcome the criticism and thank you for offering it. At no time did I cut you off, and thank you. And I truly wants to get the point across that I am madly in love with this town. Someone at my church said, "You're the mayor of Marseilles." I love this town. And that was way before I was political. That was like, 10, 15 years ago. How you doing, mayor of Marseilles? Because I speak up this town. My cousins, when they come in from Glen Ellen, much wealthier town, they say, "You need to come here. It's you here, especially the world of remote work. This is a great town, a lot going for it." At the Planning Commission, I mentioned the fact that U-Hauls are coming to LaSalle County from Cook and DuPage County. People want to come here, but if we get rid of the reasons that people want to come here through construction that will impact negatively quality of life, I feel that we're doing a disservice not only to ourselves, but also to the people who might choose to live here because of quality of life and affordability issues. Beyond that, I would like to encourage people to leave their water on at a trickle. The weather's going to get extraordinarily gnarly. I also would like to thank everybody who works outside, including Public Works and Streets, and I certainly appreciate that the roads are not happy. Just again, many thanks to those who have to be outside. We're going to be doing a vote, I believe, this evening on the engineering services agreement, 15% cost, which I'm very happy with, so if we could get that vote, I'd appreciate it.
Moved by Commissioner Shab, the engineering service agreement for Lincoln Street be approved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any other discussion on that? Clerk will read the roll.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Shib.
Aye.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Commissioner Buckingham, do you have anything?
Yeah, just real quick, I go back to what Mike was just saying. I'm born and raised in this town. Most people know me. I don't care where you go. Take Nabisco over there. Nabisco, there's been accidents that's happened over the years. In the mill, people died in the mill. Once again, it was an accident. Okay? Stop it. How many people I know died of cancer out there? I can't prove it, that's where it's from. But you know what? They bring jobs to the city here. Okay, the river out there, the nuclear plant. I mean, once again, I'm not in favor of chasing these places out of here. Everybody's complaining there's not jobs out there where there is. People need to go to work. I see help on signs every day, from Marseilles to Peru. At the same time, I see people out there with signs up. All I can say, look for a job and get a job. And I'm not chasing these places away. I wish that place over there was still going. For anybody that's born and raised in this town, that was our bread and butter years ago right over there. About 700 people at one time. When that place shut down that night, I thought they were cutting grass, the town went down. You know, because we lost all those jobs. So I mean, I'm not wanting to chase any place out of town. And the only thing I have is, number 2, Dr. Bob, and we're in the table, the 10th Street water tower for tonight. It's gonna be.
Water tower.
I'm sorry,
The lease,
Oh,
the water tower lease.
Okay, I'm
yeah,
with you now.
Mike Snyder, he's the one who that.
Yeah, I talked to
Something.
Commissioner Buckingham, we're
Yeah.
gonna table it and try to get some more, maybe get a little bit more money. I mean, there's no rush in doing it right now.
Right.
You wanna second
No.
that?
Yeah, I mean, I could say, well, I like to say table it and then who's there second.
Yeah.
And can I get a copy of the original agreement for that property?
Yeah, it should be in our box.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Moved by Commissioner Buckingham that the offer from Landmark Dividend to buy out the 10th Street cell tower lease in the amount of $230,000 be tabled.
I second.
Oh, one more second.
Okay, we got a
Commissioner,
second.
sorry, I got a second.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, clerk will read the roll.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Scheib.
Aye.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Anything else? Buck?
No.
Okay. Okay, number 1 under me.
Moved by Mayor Hollenbeck, the ordinance 1903, an ordinance rezoning certain property to the emerging technologies district and amending the district zoning map be adopted.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Clerk will read the roll.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Scheib.
No.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Number 2.
Moved by Mayor Hollenbeck, the ordinance 1904, an ordinance affirming the city of Marseilles zoning ordinance as amended and restated be adopted.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Clerk will read the roll.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Scheib.
No.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Number 3.
Moved by Mayor Hollenbeck, the ordinance 1905, an ordinance amending the city of Marseilles zoning ordinance as amended to create an emerging technologies district and regulations on land therein be adopted.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
I do. I just want it to be said out loud what the various possibilities are in this emerging technologies district. Got these from the city's website last night. You have battery energy storage systems, bulk storage of chemical and petroleum products and explosive hazards, data centers and associated infrastructure, fuel manufacturing, processing, distribution, including gasoline, LP gas, liquid natural gas, ethanol, and jet fuel, fertilizer manufacturing, electric transmission facilities and equipment. Now, some of these uses, I obviously didn't name them all because those are the ones that kind of jump out to me. It's my understanding that Constellation does not yet have a customer. Is that fair? I know it's not question and answer, but at least at the time of the last meeting, we didn't have a customer yet. And so what we're effectively doing is giving a blank check at vis-a-vis zoning, understanding that the IEPA and the EPA and the state still have their role to play. But we're effectively saying that as far as our zoning is concerned, the door is wide open. I think that is a short-term gain and long-term loss.
Right.
You know, we're sitting on 2 brownfields. We're sitting on Nabisco and we're sitting on Washington School. I'm afraid, and I'd asked this at the Planning Commission meeting, the special hearing, if there were a guarantee of what could be done if those buildings that could be put in south of the river end up being obsolete. We might end up in 20, 30 years, given the quick advancement of technology and how quickly things become obsolete, we could end up with space like the spaces we have now that become brownfields also. So anyway, thank you for hearing me out on this. That is my reason for my no vote. But I would like to thank all those involved. There's no question that there are pros and cons. You know, I think one of our problems here in Marseilles is we have black and white thinking, and sometimes, especially something potentially catastrophic, but definitely consequential. Really deserved more than one public hearing at 4 p.m. when most of our blue-collar workers, like myself, are likely to be at work. And so thank you for hearing me out.
Okay, Commissioner Shine, thank you. Anybody else have anything?
Just a reminder is that anything that does gonna go in there that they have a client for, still has to come to the planning to get approved, and it still has to come to city council to get approved. So, I mean, I don't wanna wave a
and
line
whatever-
blanket, but you know.
Whatever goes in, there's all kinds of rules and regulations.
Correct.
state-
And just like Naperville, they're working through some additional provisions that they're trying to use that Lucent Technology property that's been abandoned for 15 years. So there's gonna be another process if any customer gets sold to come into the planning commission, which they will have to make a decision to come to us.
So we've had a nuclear power plant sitting out here for probably 40 years. So I think we can handle anything less than that.
Well, I was specifically referring to us abdicating the zoning ability going forward. Obviously, there's still processes to be had. However, there are communities, including the one in Arizona strikes, like just leaps to mind, that they have not been able to retreat from their zoning practices. You know, they had originally welcomed a development, now they don't. Now they don't welcome further ones. Not Goodyear. All the Arizona towns kind of blur together. You know, however, it was a city that really welcomed into data centers. The boom was coming. They said, oh, too much, and now it's become a source of contention. In fact, litigation has occurred there. So
Sure.
Anyway, I'm not suggesting that it goes
I mean,
tomorrow.
it had to go through the zoning, then had to get approved by the council, city council for that decision anyways. So it's the same decision here. So we could give them carte blanche going forward, but we still have to approve what they're putting out there.
I understand.
I'd like that control.
I completely understand. I'm saying that we should not have abdicated zoning so easily. The power that comes with zoning. I think this emerging technologies district as a zoning entity is way too liberal, too open-ended.
Well, I wish you'd have participated in the meetings from day one and spoke your concern then.
Well, as you're aware, sir, there was messaging that I did not believe correctly represented what we knew.
That's fine. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion.
Oh, well, thank you for not asking what it's worth.
There's no other discussion. I'll have the clerk to read the roll.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Shive.
No.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Let's see, we're on number 4 now, right?
Yes. Moved by Mayor Hollenbeck that ordinance 1906 and ordinance amending the City of Marseilles comprehensive plan be adopted.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that. Oh, good job.
Any discussion? Well, we're already in the process of the planning commission had actually had the comprehensive plan done. Now they'll have to go back and revise it a little bit, now we can get it printed. So maybe somebody dropping the ball and not getting it printed for a couple years ago actually saved us some money, so. We look forward to the planning commission meeting and discussing that, and we can finally get this updated, because we need this for grants and a lot of various things that we do in the city. Let's see. City engineer, you have anything?
No, wait, you gotta do roll
Roll
call.
call.
Second,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Shive.
No.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Okay,
I have nothing tonight, Mayor.
okay, city attorney.
No, Mayor.
I have just a couple of things. I just want to update on a few things. For those that might not know, one of our abandoned properties that was a nuisance for a long time, and we even had residents here at the council meeting, 410 Wallace Street, that has been addressed. I want to thank Melissa and the police department for working on that. It has been sold to Bot. Anyway, there are people that are going to rehab it and get it back on the tax line. We got several other properties that we're working on. I've been on the phone with some people trying to see what their plans are to do with these abandoned properties, and by the time we get moving on some of these, it'll be spring, so that's time to do this. Just this afternoon, I received received an email regarding the commencement of the Brownfield grant assessment. We did get that quite some time ago, but moving with the federal government, nothing moves quick. They have some paperwork that I need to get filled out and get back to them, but hopefully we're gonna start assessing the properties, Nabisco and Washington School, relatively soon now. As some of you may have read, the city received $1 million grant, community development block grant from the Department of Commerce and Development. To line the center tourist sewers on Illinois Street. I'm really excited to get that grant because we needed to line the sewers before we can repave the street because they're in that bad shape. The project includes 460 feet of 8-inch sewer from Chicago to Liberty on Illinois Street, 460 feet of 10-inch sewer from Liberty to Water Street on Illinois Street, 1,420 feet of 12-inch sewer from Water Street to Illinois Street, and 280 feet of 18-inch sewer from Illinois Street to Broadway Street on Aurora Street, 84 feet of sanitary sewer manhole rehabilitation. There'll probably also be potential spot sewer repair, sewer flow control, traffic control, activity delivery, and like any other project, if it just went smooth with no hiccups, it would be great, but there'll always be a few hiccups, so I'll anticipate some change orders and possibly areas where we actually have to dig the street up if they can't get the lining through there. So we did a letter campaign for support. I want to thank everybody that gave us letters of support for the project. We received many letters from residents, businesses, the Chamber of Commerce, state senators and representatives, as well as our federal representatives and other communities as well. So we certainly thank everyone for that support. We probably couldn't have done it without their help. These grants are very competitive with a large application. In the process, and I just sent an email out to the council this afternoon, in the process of putting another grant application together, try to get some money from the new build grant program from the state. A lot of grants don't allow you to do the engineering fees or the planning. This grant does that, so we're going to ask for monies to do phase 1 and phase 2, engineering of Sycamore Street, Main Street, Washington Street, and Kickapoo Creek Bridge out south of town on North 2553rd. Once done, these projects will be shovel ready, and once they're shovel ready, it's much easier to get grants, because a lot of times they have grant money and they want to get it out quick, and we need to be ready. So I think that's all I have. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Moved by Commissioner Small, the city council now adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Clerk will read the roll.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small.
Aye.
Scheib.
Aye.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye.
I'm not gonna envy you, you get out there either.
That is way too brutal.
Yes.
And hopefully,
His retirement, Michael's man, retirement was better than
Yeah.
like trying my house. So bad, I'm like,
all my time is in
my allergies was.
Oh, wait, no, that's still good. You want to make this special comment? Yeah, like, so on your
Yeah, just kill everything. Well, after
I'll follow up.
everything will be dead.
No, we'll try to get what I'll do.
3 hours long. Staying warm.
Right, so I mean, effectively, I'll contact both I'll contact the city engineer as well as the city attorney to see like what all the rules are. One thing that is, there's, it gets a little weird when something is going on for that long, you know, why they're letting some of the rules stay. I'm assuming so, again, I'll need to like follow up.
And this is where, after 73 years, we had
Yeah, and I think you probably will have a little police from, like, no, like I said, from streets to like public health and safety as far